Hey, Coach Kyle here, and this is Coaching Log for November 29th. And I want to talk about like finding a niche or doing focusing on one thing. And recently I've started doing something called the rundown, which is basically where I interview the individual and make a custom training schedule for them. Of course, I have follow-ups, further resources, etc. But in the short time that I've been doing this, because throughout the years that I've been a running coach, I've focused mainly on one-on-one, very personal, intensive coaching with 20 to 30 people at a time. But with the rundown, it's basically just something I do within one day, really. And I interview them, I make the training plan, I give them resources, and then there's some follow-up, but it's not a ton of work. And this is something that's, I think, super helpful, but it's way cheaper than paying bi-weekly for personal training, very personal, intensive one-on-one training. And it's far more helpful, I think, than finding some random free training, cookie cutter training schedule online. So what I've really noticed since doing this is that I've almost done one a day. Thanksgiving was recently, so that kind of messed all that up. So I went about a week without doing one. But what I've really noticed is that every time I do a rundown, every 5 rundowns that I do, they're far better than the previous 3, the previous 5. So like the 5th rundown I did is better than the 1st rundown, and the 10th one is better than the 5th, and the 20th one, etc. And that's just because I've kind of gotten better at it. Like, so I give it to him in a spreadsheet, and I've realized that the spreadsheet, I use the template where it says like talking points, resources, etc. Those have gotten better. Through every time I've done it, I've almost added something to it. And I'm working on an email sequence where I add these people into an email sequence in MailChimp, and I'm not sure, every week, maybe every 2 weeks, I will email them automatically a follow-up email with further resources that I can just update these as I think of things, find things that I want to update in them. So that's the cool thing about really focusing on one thing, is that I'm producing better product because I'm doing it over and over again. So every time I do it, like I said, it's a better product. But I'm also able to do it faster because I'm kind of like practicing. So my video editing, my uploading, etc. is quicker now than it was 3 weeks ago. And I just found something really cool that I can do last week with the videos, because I do a screen recording of my explanation of the training schedule. So not only is my product better, but it's taking me slightly less time every time I do it. So I'm able to do it in less time for me, which is great. But I'm also able to produce a better product, which is also great. So this would not have been possible if I only would have done one type of rundown every week, or if they're different every time. But the training's different every time, but like the general format, the template that I use is the same. So that's really the beauty that I've discovered in kind of having one core product and repeatedly doing that and producing that to athletes, clients, and individuals.